Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Ben Stone. You're watching Kanalgratis.com, and today I'm not on the water. I'm actually going to be discussing my top 10 Christmas gift ideas for an angler. The reason why I'm making this video is, as an angler, I know that shopping for a gift for me can probably be a little intimidating because of how much I fish and how many different things I use, and there's a lot of different factors that come into play. But as an angler, I also know the specific gifts that I would appreciate, and that's something that I'm going to pass on to you guys. If you're shopping for another angler or just need some ideas, then this video is going to help you out. Now I'm going to cover 10 different items. Some of these items are going to be on the inexpensive side. Some of them will be on the expensive side. Some of these will be specific items. Some of them will just kind of be categories that you can kind of dive into and maybe choose something specific for whoever you're shopping for. So the first thing that I'm going to start off with are going to be tools. That's a very broad category. And the reason why I'm keeping it so broad is there are just so many different tools for different species, for different anglers, for if you're fly fishing, casting, trolling, whatever. So the first tool that I have on here is the split ring pliers. This is something that I neglected to buy for so long, just because to pay $20 to $30 for one of the nice ones on a specific pliers to open split rings, I just didn't ever feel like doing that. So I would always just use a regular needle nose pliers and try to pull my split rings apart. But having a split rings pliers specifically for doing that job is just, it makes life so much easier. So this is one that pretty much any angler will use. So this is a great option. Another one that I put on here that I neglected to buy for a while that has saved me countless times is a hook cutters. This is just a standard wire cutters. It'll do the same thing. These are great for releasing fish. If you're tying bucktails or lure making, this is also a very great option. The two that I use the most, a needle nose pliers, whether it's a long one like this 12-inch Rapala one or one of the shorter like 7s. This is going to be used every single time you're fishing. So whether somebody has one of these or not, this is a gift that really just you can't go wrong with, because eventually they'll find a use for it, whether it's a backup, whether it's a brand new one, whether it's a really nice one. Doesn't really matter. This is something that will get used, and it's very inexpensive. So if you're looking for a last minute gift or something like that, a needle nose pliers will do the trick. Okay, so this next one that I have on this list is something that I'm a sucker for. That is tackle storage. This is just a bigger Plano, I don't even know what these are called anymore, but one of the bigger Plano boxes. There are so many different methods to store tackle, whether it's a tackle bag, a tackle box, tackle drawers like this. These bigger Plano boxes are so inexpensive, and every time I have gotten one of these, I have used the crap out of it. This is one of those items that, again, I will use my broken, cracked Plano boxes for as long as I possibly can, and I hate buying them. So when I get them as gifts, one of my favorite things to get as a gift, because I know I'm going to use it, I know I'm going to beat the crap out of it. These, again, are fairly inexpensive, but just tackle storage in general is a great option. Okay, item number 3 on the list is something that has a few different branches on the tree, if you will, and that is some sort of GPS tool. Whether they are shore fishing or have a boat without a sonar on it, there are options for smartphones. If they have a sonar and they're ice fishing, mounting it to an ATV, or on a boat, then there are chip options for you. But the long and short of this category is, this is just a GPS tool that allows you to look at lake maps on your real-time position. This adds so much fishability, so much knowledge. You can figure out lakes so much better. You can mark waypoints. There's a lot of cool tools with something like this. So for iPhones or smartphones in general, there's Navionics app, which is subscription-based, which you just pull up on your phone. Otherwise, if you're shopping for somebody who already has a graph of some sort, then Humminbird makes Lake Master chips. These are probably the best mapping GPS tool on the market right now. Navionics also makes a really good one, which I think is a little bit more expensive, but with the Navionics chip, it's nationwide versus Humminbird, which usually breaks it down into states or specific bodies of water. So any sort of GPS mapping tool is going to help whoever you're shopping for out big time. So that is item number 3 on my list. Item number 4 on the list, gloves. This might seem like a silly one, but as we get into this cold weather season, as we get into winter, gloves can kind of make or break your fishing. Having gloves when I'm ice fishing, when I'm casting big baits in late fall for muskies, gloves save those hands from getting cold, and you want to make sure that you have gloves that are built to fish, because they are going to fish a lot better. Some of these gloves are so bulky you can't use a bait caster with, you can't I don't know, cast a spinning rod with. So the gloves that I've been wearing recently are these Ice Armor gloves, which I don't know the exact model, but I'll have them linked in the description. If you're kind of questioning this, just look into brands like Clam, Eskimo, any of the ice fishing brands are gonna make great winter gloves. If you're focused more on something for somebody who's open water fishing in cold weather, then I would check out something like the Fish Donkey gloves. I'll leave a bunch of them linked in the description below. And on top of that, if you're after stocking stuffers, these are very cheap hand warmers. Seriously, I can't tell you how many of these I've used. So if you're gonna buy gloves, throw in some of these too, because these are just gonna, these are an iconic duo right here. So item number 5. On my list, I chose to put an iFish Pro tip up on my list. Now, if you don't know what this might look a little bizarre to you at first, but what this is basically a tip up mechanism that allows you to use your fishing rod to fight the fish. You can find these probably at your local ice fishing shop. I plan on doing a video dedicated to how these work this winter, but there's plenty of other videos on YouTube right now if you're curious. But this is something that if somebody's ice fishing, if they use tip ups a lot, they're gonna use these and they're gonna love them because they're gonna be able to fight those fish with a rod and reel, and we all know that is so much more fun. Okay, item number 6 on the list is a weird one, but hear me out. I'm putting ski goggles on this list, and you might be scratching your head wondering, why are you putting ski goggles on a gift ideas video for anglers? And the reason why I'm doing this is because as we approach this cold weather season, as we're in it right now, I'm using the crap out of these. This is like the best $30 I spent for my boat. I wear these when I'm driving around, when it's windy, when it's not windy, when it's cold, and it keeps all that wind out of your face. With sunglasses, that wind is still gonna cut underneath, your eyes are gonna go watery, and it's just not a pleasant boat ride. This makes those long, cold boat rides so much more enjoyable because it keeps the wind out, it covers a big portion of your face, you can keep your eyes open, and they look pretty cool too. So this is a great option, also multi-purpose. Maybe they snowboard too, now they have an extra pair of goggles. That's why I put ski goggles on my list. We're going to continue on with eyewear. The next item that I chose to put on my list is on the more expensive side. These will run you anywhere from $150 to $250 for the really, really nice ones. But I am putting sunglasses on my list. I have a lot to say about sunglasses. I was one of those guys who always ran cheap sunglasses. I didn't see the need to spend a bunch of money on super expensive sunglasses, so I would always buy the cheaper polarized ones, and I would go through like 2 to 3 pairs a year. Recently, I finally invested in Costa Del Mar's with glass lenses for myself. I have had these for a while now, and there are no scratches on them. I don't take the greatest care of my sunglasses, but when I clean up the lenses on these, they are crystal clear, and the bronze lens on these is super, super effective for sight fishing. You're gonna be able to see so much more contrast in the water, and it's gonna really help you see fish a lot better. I wear Costa Del Mar Sullivans. I think these look the best on my face, and I just like the lenses and I like the colors. Coming up on number 8 on my list is going to be probably the most basic thing on this list, but I'm gonna add a little twist on it, and that is a fishing reel. There are lots of different fishing reels on the market, and the reason why I put a fishing reel on here is because I'm suggesting that you go out of your way to find out a reel type that maybe your angler wants and doesn't have, or doesn't use in general. Do some research, talk to whoever you're shopping for, figure out something that kind of falls in that same category, something that maybe they're not willing to invest in, or maybe something that they just don't use that often. And I promise you that if you buy them something like that item, they're going to be super thankful for it, and you might open up a new door for them to advance as an angler. So hopefully that's a little better than just throwing a fishing reel broadly at you, but this would be maybe a good idea for you. This is going to be a quick one. Number 9, a gift card. And specifically a gift card for Kanalgratis and or thebaitdesigner.com. This is going to be a gift card that allows whoever you're shopping for to design some custom colors and some really cool lures if they want to. So I'm throwing a demo up right here of kind of what you can expect. But yeah, that gift card is going to give them access to some pretty cool tools for next year. They can design creature baits, pike baits. Such an awesome tool. I have been just blown away by how effective that tool is. I've enjoyed the crap out of designing some of my creature baits and catching bass on them. So that's something that can go a long way, but a gift card in general gives that angler the opportunity to basically buy whatever they want. So if you're still kind of questioning what to get that angler and you're really not sure what's going to go to use, then play it safe, get them a gift card. They're going to be able to shop for themselves and order the things that they think they need. And finally on my list, I chose to put a GoPro on the list. Whether they are super into filming or don't know anything about filming, a GoPro is super easy to use, and it would be a very cool gift. This is on the more expensive side. There's a lot of different GoPro models out there, whether they're cheaper or more expensive, but a GoPro is one of those items that is just super cool. It also serves a lot of purposes. It doesn't have to be used for fishing. So I'm going to close it out here. Down below in the description, you're going to find the list of all the gifts I talked about. And if you're still kind of questioning things or you want more info on something, be sure to leave a comment down below and I will answer it to the best of my ability. With all that out of the way, I wish you guys all happy holidays as we move into the holiday season, and I will see you next week.